Who is your camp for? Is it for beginners? I've planned camps for just brand new kids to get them started on piano. Those were the groups I targeted. Maybe you want to do it with levels. Maybe you want to do it by ages. Maybe you want a mix of all of the above. That is up to you, who you want in your camp. When is your camp going to be? Now, you going to just set aside certain weeks in the summer? You're going to do it a couple of times? How many times are you going to do it? You decide. Maybe you want to do the same camp two different times so that people might have choices. I've done it that way. And will you have a parent open house at the end? So you might want to think about that while you're planning your camp. It can be really fun, and parents love that. And a lot of pictures and share time videos can happen at that parent open house. So, where is your camp going to be? If you're like me, I teach out of my home. So, I have to think about where in my home am I okay with students being and where am I not? Now, on a normal week to week basis, I have a very small, dedicated space, and I don't want students wandering through my house and all the things. But during camp times, I can be a little more loose because we might be in my backyard or my front yard or both. And kids have to come in, go to the bathroom. Kids have to have snacks. So you have to kind of think about that. If it's all possible to have any outdoor space, I highly recommend it. Now, I'll tell you a funny story. When I first started thinking about camps, my husband is a landscaping person. This is his hobby, and he does really good with our yard. And he had some beautiful Japanese maple trees. And I did not want students destroying the maple trees or the landscaping. And another teacher gave me a super helpful tip. She said, go to Home Depot and get that caution tape. I didn't know that they had that at Home Depot, but sure enough, I used the caution tape to just tape off parts of my yard that I didn't want students to be in. So there's always a solution. Don't get stuck on where your camp is going to be. You can come up with some really creative solutions. You might even have it in a park. I've done that. You might rent a space. You might have another studio space. What if you offered it even, and this is in the how section of your dreaming, what if you offered it online and or asynchronous and had some videos for your camp? So now let's think about how. Is your camp going to be just one day? That's been a really fun thing. Low commitment, and you could make it a lower price point and gather more students if you just had one day or a half a day. You could have full day camps. Maybe you think about your parent population. Are they working parents and they would really appreciate a full day camp? How many days do you want to do? Do you want to do 3? Do you want to do 4? Do you want to do 5? It is totally up to you. Do you want to have some collaborators? I loved collaborating with some of my camps. So when I started with my young Picassos and piano players, I collaborated with a local teacher who was an expert in teaching preschoolers art. And she taught the art part, and I taught the music part. And we split the profits. We made an agreement from the beginning, and we had a blast. We did a couple of those art and music camps together. I also collaborated with a preschool young child nature teacher, and we did the preschool Wild Notes music and nature camp. She taught the nature part. I did the music part. we both had different people that we knew, so we promoted it that way. I have done a wizard Harry Potter themed camp, and I got another music teacher who had a different kind of audience of early childhood. And we brought in some Orff instruments. We arranged some music. And so she taught part of it. I taught part of it. Collaboration was so much fun, something to really think about. And it really gives a spark to your studio.